Hello and welcome to Banished! Ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be part 1 of the brand new Banished Let's Play here on the channel. Welcome to the humble settlement of Yonkers. Oh yes, the humble settlement of Yonkers, where we have sheep, we have 12 adults, 0 students, and 10 children. And what we need to do is make sure that Yonkers survives. So, step number the first. We are going to tell everybody to go and pretty much remove resources from all of that space. I need all of that space to be nice and free so that I can go ahead and build some farms, do some stuff, get some food, just everything. Just everything. What I'm also going to do is set up a gatherer's hut in this space up here. So we're going to go to food production, and we're going to go gatherer's hut, and I'm going to set gatherer's hut just about there. And I would like to ever so slightly just increase the priority on the work for the gatherer's hut, so it's going to get done nice and quickly. And we need to go here and set 3 builders to work on that as soon as possible. And with that done, we will run the game, and we should see a lot of people head up that way. Now, we have actually started with no firewood, which is curious. So that means that immediately we are in dire need of a woodcutter, because a woodcutter is the person responsible for maintaining firewood. So we need to up the priority on the woodcutter as well, so that that gets done as quick as it possibly can. Otherwise, people are going to be freezing by the time it gets to winter. So we should see that this is ready for construction. So there we go. Construction is pretty much ready to begin on that. The woodcutter's hut is up, so let's go to woodcutter and start production on firewood. Gonna increase the limit of firewood from 200 to 500, and that will mean that we always have firewood. For those curious, the fuel limit basically implies that once you hit that, they will stop production, so you don't burn through all of your wood, which is a thing that you really don't want to do. Now, what I really do want to do is get myself a little pathway around this this center space, and then in the middle of that, put in a stockpile. There we go. Who is this? Bryna has become an adult and is working as a laborer. Good news. Apparently, we also don't need any more builders. Oh, wow. A lot of kids have just been born. Ah, we can get gatherers. Good. Let's get 4 of them. So immediately get 4 gatherers. And what I'm also going to do is see if perhaps I can get a fishing pier. I have my doubts considering how steep this little bit here is. Might have to put it over there. So I can get a fishing dock. It just needs to be way back there. Which, unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna have to be, isn't it? So that's where the fishing dock is gonna go. Gonna up the priority on that work, so that gets done as quick as possible, because that's gonna be another source of food for my people, as well as the gatherer's hut, which is hopefully gonna bring food in as well. The food supply is not looking so good, especially since we are currently in summer. And that is kind of prime food gathering season, so to say that I'm a little bit worried is an understatement, but once we have a lot of this space cleared out, we can start moving the sheep into a pasture, we can start setting up some farms, and as soon as early spring hits, we can go ahead and start working the farms, which is going to be very, very important to do. So, oh, reserve of food is... yeah, the reserve of food is not looking great. Especially for this time of year. Once the fishing dock is up and running, we should be alright. We should be able to maintain a small amount of food. What might also be a good idea is to set up a little road that runs from the gatherer's hut back to the town. Because what that's going to do is let us go ahead and have the gatherer get there a bit quicker. Now this is up and running. We'll go ahead and get the builders off of their job, and we can get the fishermen to go and work at that hut. And now we have 4 gatherers and 4 fishermen who are going to be bringing food in pretty much all year around, which is great news. Because the farms are only going to function from early spring until pretty much the beginning of summer, which is when the harvest happens to be. So if we can maintain a decent amount of food between, you know, now and the beginning of spring, or whenever this is all cleared out, which is probably going to be a little bit longer than that, but we'll see. Basically, my hope is that we can make this whole thing work, and we can survive this autumn and this winter. We do have a decent amount of food. Not amazing amounts of food, but decent nonetheless. Let's get ourselves a little bit of a pathway in here so these guys can move a bit quicker. So let's just see about doing... Let's just see about doing that. It'll get done eventually. We are going to need to make sure we have builders assigned to do it. So we'll get 2 builders set up there. Hopefully they can do their thing. We are also going to need to get a blacksmith, because we are going to run out of tools fairly quickly. We'll need a tailor as well so we can get some clothes, but again, that's stuff to do in just a little bit. My priority at the moment is making sure everyone survives. So the reserve of food is low, reserve of food is low. I'm pretty sure we'll manage. It's early winter. I'll tell you what we need to do though. We need to pause for a moment. It is now the height of winter. We need to pause because I need to get some farms. So I want to get a 14 by 14 crop field in here. So 14, we'll do 13 by 13 so I don't hit that little plant there. And this is going to be growing some peppers. And that requires 4 farmers. So we are going to have 4 farmers working that field. And hopefully that's going to be enough to sustain us for a little bit. It's uncertain, but we'll see. They're not going to be working until winter's over, so we are okay on that front. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure farmers function as laborers when they aren't actually tending to their fields. So this should be interesting. This should definitely be interesting. Would also be nice if my, I don't have any builders. I'll set 1 builder. Hopefully that builder can get to work on the various pathways that I want in here. Hopefully. Anyway, we'll see. It's now late winter. We are actually looking okay in terms of food. That's not necessarily going to last, though. That's the thing. Because as the population grows and increases, you are going to need more food. And the population has a tendency to grow quite fast if you make some silly mistakes, such as building, you know, 20 houses in one go. Because then everyone moves out and immediately has kids, and suddenly you have like 40 kids who don't produce anything, they just consume. So we'll see how that... Oh, wow. It just popped by... Oh, God, we've got a late snow. I'm pretty sure that just glitched, didn't it? Why? Oh, God. We had a pretty late snow there. That doesn't bode well for these farms. We might not get a full harvest. I am fairly convinced there was a bit of a glitch there. That looked a little bit weird. But here's hoping we can get a decent harvest. We certainly need one anyway. That's for sure. What is this? The reserve of food is low. Food is 249. That's not as bad as I've seen. Now this builder here no longer needs to be a builder. We are going to be wanting a blacksmith fairly soon. We are also probably going to be wanting to build a new house or 2 fairly soon as well. These ones are getting pretty full of families. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's late spring, and these crops are not ready to harvest. 15% yield. Oh boy. That's worrying. The yield is increasing, but I'm pretty sure they start auto-harvesting at the start of summer, don't they? Maybe not. Maybe they're going to let these grow. Maybe these grow into summer. I don't know how peppers work. I have got no idea. It seems they like the rain, though. Which is nice. I just sincerely hope I can get a 100% yield. Otherwise, we might not make it through this autumn-winter season. We'll see, I suppose. I think late summer, I might tell them to harvest myself, because I can't just click this and tell them to immediately harvest, because the crop will start dying off if the conditions become a little bit less favorable. So we'll see what happens. 80% yield. Oh, hold on. We're going to get 100%, I think. Come on. Give me that 100% yield. Oh, no, they're harvesting. Okay. That's fine. So they are going to harvest. They're going to start bringing all that back. We are completely out of food at the moment, which is concerning. But we should see a decent amount come in from the farm, I hope. I sincerely hope we get a good amount of food from this farm. I could set up a little bit of a road that comes out to the farm as well. That'll get them there a little bit quicker. Which I think could be a decent idea. That said, the amount of food is not as high as I'd like. I guess we'll see what happens. Oh no, it's climbing. We should be okay. We do also probably want to look into getting a pasture at this point, because that's something we are going to want with the sheep that we have. So let's do a 13 by 8 pasture, maybe a bit bigger. Maybe 13 by 13. Or what's the... We can go 20 by 20. I know you can get a 20 by 20 pasture. But 16 by 16 I think is the size I will go for. And I'll go ahead and get one... we'll get 2 builders on that to get it done as quick as we possibly can. And we're sitting on about 1,500 food as well. So I think we'll be okay. I think we might be able to manage. I've also noticed they're still clearing out a lot of this space, so that's just great. That's just perfect. What's going on here? Nothing's being hauled. I'm going to have to up the priority on that. So please, go ahead and work on getting materials to the pasture first. So this should get constructed pretty quickly. I hope. Is that road done? I think that pathway might be done. No, it's not done yet. Still needs to be done. Okay, my builders really are taking their time. There we go. Just keep working on it. You're at like 95. You're done. All right, so that is going to be sheep, and we need 2 herdsmen. So there we go, 2 herdsmen. We can have up to 16 sheep, which is great news. We're back up to 5 laborers. We could probably look into getting another farm, which I'm kind of feeling we might want to do. Maybe we go a little bit smaller on this one. Maybe we go for this size. So what is that? 13 by 7. Which needs some stuff to be removed, which I'm going to set the priority pretty high for. So if you don't mind, can this all be removed, please? There we go. And this farm is going to be growing some beans. Beans and peppers. You need 2 farmers, so we'll get 2 on that. And hopefully things are going to go pretty well. Now the population is 22 at the moment. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 houses, I think. So I think we will get 1 more. We'll throw it just sort of in there. We'll actually get 2 more. We'll go for 2 more. I can't actually get 2 in. I can't get another one there, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. So we'll throw it up this way. Then we also need another stockpile. So what I'll do is throw that stockpile just sort of back here. So just sort of in that space behind those houses where we can store a bunch of stuff. We'll do there as well, and we'll do sort of there as well. So that should be fine. That's basically going to be storage. It's early spring. These guys are working the fields. It is still snowing, which is really, really bad news. There we go. No more snow. I don't think we're going to get a full yield from this, though, because of the snow. So that's scary. Yeah, almost certain we are not getting a full yield from that. I guess we'll see. These peppers aren't even growing yet, so we'll have to hope for the best. Currently still sitting on 8 sheep is no problem. Looking at decent numbers of food, though, considering we've just come through the winter. So hopefully we're going to be looking at a fairly good harvest as well. We'll totally see. We are also going to want to get that that blacksmith on the go ASAP. So let's actually lay out the production buildings all in one spot. We don't currently have any builders, so let's get like one of those. Let's actually get two of those, and let's look at the various production buildings we're going to need. So we are going to need a blacksmith who can live sort of there. We're also going to need, oh, we just got a whole bunch of laborers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to need a tailor. We're going to need a herbalist at some point, whose building is considerably bigger than the other ones. So the herbalist's area of effect is a decent size, but putting it over here doesn't seem like a very good idea. What else are we going to need? A forester's lodge could be interesting. A forester will basically get us sustainable wood. That come out wrong. Phrasing is maybe a bit of an issue in that sentence. But that's kind of what a forester does. Sustainable amounts of wood. I think, honestly, we probably need a hunter over a forester right now. So let's get a hunter's lodge in there, and let's knock the priority up on that a little bit. So that'll be done pretty quickly. As for this, I mean, I think what I'll do is I'll put a storage barn next to these guys, because that's another place that we can store food. Not that we're getting to the point where we're full on food, but that storage barn could be useful. We do also need a market. A market is where it's a localized area for citizens to collect food, tools, and fuel. So a market there would actually be pretty good. So let's throw a market into that spot, I guess. Yeah, throw a market in there. We'll get that built eventually. Should be fine. We're looking at decent numbers of food, which is beautiful, beautiful stuff. And my builders are a little bit overwhelmed by the tasks at hand, but they'll get there eventually. This still hasn't been built, though, which is unfortunate. That'll get done. Bunch of new kids. We are... I mean, these houses are looking alright. We probably need one or two more, but I don't want to expand too quickly, because what ends up happening is you have way too many kids born at once, resulting in your food consumption going up massively and being completely unsustainable. So, what might actually be an idea is to get a road going down there. Then get a little, what is that, 13? Yeah, 13. So go 14 here. Then go up to there. And down to there, I think. No, done one more. There we go. So we can get a couple more farms in these spaces. It's late autumn, so I have the time to do this. We'll get ourselves a crop field just in there. And if I can very quickly up the priority on that, we can go ahead and set that to do a small field of peppers. And then maybe a big field of beans would be good as well. I'm kind of feeling like a big field of beans might be a good thing to do. So let's very quickly do that, because I think beans grow quicker, if I'm not mistaken. So if I can just up the priority on this as quick as I possibly can. Come on, remove the thing. There we go. So that is going to be beans. And we are going to need up to 12 farms. We need to double the number of farmers we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So we have the perfect number of farmers. And that should give us exactly what we need. Now, what I'd also like to do is bring that window back up for a start. And get one person working as a builder. Because I want to bring a pathway down here. And I'm kind of tempted to do stone, since this is sort of around the market. But I think I'll just do dirt because I can. Then we'll go up like this, and around like this. And down this little bit here as well. And I can put a little pathway in there too if I wanted to. Which I might. I could do. I'll do like a little stone bit of path in there or something. just so it looks kind of nice. Now we'll just do dirt. Just do a bit of dirt in there. And we'll connect it back like this. And like that. So that's all going to connect around. And that builder's hopefully going to get to that. With it being early spring... Ah, no, you don't have tools. So we actually do need to get that blacksmith. So now the blacksmith is going to go ahead and start making tools with a limit of 50. I'm going to change that limit to 75. And that is going to hurt production a little bit. For a while. That is going to hurt production. But I think we'll be okay. I think if the blacksmith can get tools out nice and quickly, we should be alright. Now, obviously, the market and the tailor aren't currently working. But that's fine. We'll get those working eventually once we get a few more laborers. In fact, the tailor could probably go to work immediately. It's not the most important job we have, but, I mean, getting clothes will keep people warm, and we do only need one tailor and one blacksmith, so getting those functioning seems fair enough to me. So hopefully that'll happen. Apparently we don't have leather. Now, that's a fair point, we don't have leather, but we do have wool. I think. Yeah, we do have wool. We get a little bit of wool. So hopefully we'll see that functioning. What is this? The materials required not available. There we go, so you've got wool. Fine. And we have tools as well, and we have a decent amount of food, 1,500 food, before we've even harvested any of this. So I think we're okay. Just as the harvest is started, we dip to 1,400. That will go back up, though, so that will be completely fine. And I do think my next step might very well be to, get just a few more houses. I think a couple more houses might be a good idea, just over on this side of the market. So, let me just put a little bit of road going like this. And I think we'll get just a couple of houses there. And there. And there. And that should be perfect. That's maybe a little bit much in terms of expansion, but I think we can make it work. We're sitting on, you know, 2,000 food when we still have 2 fields that need to be harvested, so I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be completely fine. I would like the roads to be done as well, but, you know, they'll be done eventually. So I don't think there's too much I need to worry about. I could also look into getting, eventually, some stone houses, but that's not really a priority either, considering stone houses are useful for keeping people warmer, so they consume less firewood. But I don't really think I need to worry about that. Also, I never put anyone in the hunter's lodge. So let me put like 1 person on the hunting job. And I think I'll also put 1 person in as a vendor so that this thing's working, but obviously not very efficiently. And then once this builder's done, we'll take them off of the building job and get them back to being a laborer. But I'd say this is going well. Like, I'm actually really happy with how Yonkers is looking. It's a decent little village. Could obviously be better, but you know, it's a decent little village. The tailor has hit the clothes limit. I think that's fair enough. I think the clothes limit being 50 is fine for the time being. So now the builder's done. Go back to being a laborer, please. And as a laborer, I think what I'll do is tell you to go and basically just remove the rest of the resources from this area. So just everything in there. Just remove all of it and claim it for us. And eventually I might put a forester's lodge down here so that the forester will plant and maintain the trees. So we do get that sustainable wood that we were talking about. And it might also be a good idea to collect the stone from this area around the hunter and the gatherer. Same with the iron. If we just collect all of that, that will give us, because I will probably put a forester up here as well. It gives us just more room for those guys to function. But looking at it, early winter, 3,000 food, I'd say we're doing all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it there for the first Oh, he's got 4 new kids. Interesting. I'm going to leave it there for the first part of this new Banished Let's Play, with it being a part 1, of course. It would be great if you would come out in support of the new series. So if you liked the video, like the video. If you disliked it, dislike it. Let me know why, of course. But with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. This has been Banished Part 1, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!